Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to another quick chat. Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and let me know that you're here by hitting that like button for me. It looks like Miss She by Sheree is not letting go of the fashions. Sheree Whitfield came to social media to share more promo for her She by Sheree company. All right. Now, it's been a long time coming, and it seems like she's continuing to keep her foot on people's necks with the fashions. And I will say, I got a chance to check it out based on the image that she put up or the video she put up over on her page. And I must say that it was quite a bit of items that I thought were kind of cute. I mean, I might slide over there and get me a little hat or something, but we have to make sure that the price is indeed right. Sheree, are you going to give the people a Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 discount? Let us know, because if you give us at least a 15% discount, I think a lot of people will probably run over there and purchase a few items, all right? Because you are a tad bit overpriced in my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, hey, keep up the good work. Somebody's going to continue to be out here to support you either way it goes. So, good luck. Now, next up, I want to talk about Miss Porsha Williams, a former cast member of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got a chance to host the Breakfast Club earlier this week. And I must say, I think that Porsha did a really good job. Porsha actually ended up speaking on the situation regarding Sidora and her divorce from her husband, Ralph Pittman. You guys know that news broke on last week that both of them filed for a divorce. So Porsha definitely touched on that situation, but she also made sure to throw shots and shade at some of her former cast members. Y'all go ahead and check out what Miss Porsha had to say.
But you know what? For me, it doesn't surprise me that Drew is going to be open with the story because she's always been transparent. On this show, you know, you got people with fake storylines and all kind of stuff. She's been one to me to just really be honest. And for us to know about her husband going to Tampa, you know, at one time and all this stuff, which she, I think, addressed in the divorce document. She filed first, right? But it got reported he filed. Apparently, she's the one who filed first. And then when she saw that he filed, she went back and stated that he actually had done some mental abuse possibly and some allegedly cheating happened in the marriage.
How do you know when somebody's got a fake storyline?
Well, for one, I know that they don't have nothing else going on. So, like, all of a sudden when the cameras come on, you have, like, all this stuff going on and it's just not genuine. Yeah. Like, for me, I gave birth on the TV. I had a divorce on TV. I had, you know, broke an engagement on TV. So, for me, it's not just about the money. It's about people who are invested in me and who I am and them being on that journey.
But that's probably because your story is authentic. Like, have you seen anybody with a fake storyline, like, pop off?
What you mean pop off?
Like blow up? Like do well? Like become, yeah. Like,
yeah, they still on the show right now. Yes.
Who?
That's pretty much what's left.
I don't watch it, so I don't see.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, there are people who will add to their story. Like, you know, if they don't got a man, they'll go get a man and just bring him on the show. You know what I'm saying? And they just, I don't know, they do those things. You know who has real things because you connect to it when you see it. It's like you can feel it. Some people cry on camera and it's like, okay, let me fast forward. Some people it's like, damn, you almost shed a tear with them.
Yeah, I got you.
And I feel like with this situation with Drew, I love her so much. She's such a strong woman. She's got kids. I think that, you know, she's going to be good after this. I just hate that she has to go through a divorce. A divorce is like a death. Yeah. And honestly, I don't care if you don't like that man no more. I don't care how he disrespected you. Divorcing someone is going to feel like a loss, a true loss, almost like a death in your life. So I'm praying for her. I'm praying for the family, praying for the kids, praying for Ralph. It's going to be difficult.
All right, so you guys just heard what Miss Porsha Williams had to say regarding Sidora and wishing her very much so well, as this is going to be a tough journey for she and her family. Now, y'all also heard the shots that she was pretty much taking at the cast. Now, Charlamagne pretty much asked Porsha about fake storylines and whether any of the cast members were able to pop after having said fake storyline. And Porsha says, yeah, that's pretty much all that's remaining. And I'm kind of thinking, well, I know you're not taking a shot at Miss Kandi Burruss because we're going to remind you every time that Miss Kandi is worldwide and she was already well known prior to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I also think that she was taking a shot at Miss Kenya Moore primarily. I don't think that is a feud that's ever going to go away. All right. When she said that people have fake storylines where they'll bring a man onto a show, it made me think, who could she be talking about? Miss Kandi is married. Drew is getting a divorce but has been married. You have Sonia Richardson that's married. And then who's left? Sheree and Kenya. So I'm just wondering, were you talking about Kenya? That's always been a rumor that Kenya brought men on the show that she was not really dating, but men that she was paying. Miss Sheree, she didn't really bring Tyrone on the show because he wouldn't even allow her to bring him on the show. For real, for real. He came in at the very end, but primarily, yeah, no. And she's also been dating him as he's been behind bars for about 5 years or so. So I think that shot was primarily being shot at Miss Kenya Moore, in all honesty. But let's be very clear, Miss Porsha. We all know your situation with Mr. Simon Guabadia, your now husband. All right. I don't think a lot of people will ever let you forget that you are now married to your ex-castmate's husband. So that's very much so scandalous as well. And for you to bring us your show, were you being authentic with your show when it came to your relationship with Simon? Because it seems like it was more of a Dennis and Porsha show than it was a Simon and Porsha show. But either way, girl, we're going to let you have it. As we speak more on Porsha's show, Porsha Family Matters, Porsha actually touched on her interview with Tamron Hall. Now, the reason this conversation came up was because Tamron Hall recently interviewed Angela Yee regarding the Breakfast Club. Now, we won't touch on the Breakfast Club at this time. We'll save that for another video as we are talking about Miss Porsha Williams. So Porsha pretty much talks about her interview with Tamron Hall and how she kind of felt uncomfortable or didn't really like her line of questioning or whatever. It seems like she was questioning the journalism of Miss Tamron Hall. But I'm going to go ahead, play Porsha, and let y'all hear what Porsha had to say about it.
If she probably had a chance, instead of talking to Tamron, she would have been able to expound on that. But when you have someone like a Tamron talking to you and she's giving you accolades and she's, you know, raising you up to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy and she can look like a journalist, then that's where you find Angela in this place, you know, trending for the wrong thing.
What you said just now is interesting, Porsha, because I feel like Tamron Hall and her producers got together at some point and said, look, Wendy Williams is leaving, so somebody on daytime TV has to be messy. Because it feels like Tamron has been being messy on that show lately. Is it just me?
Hidden mess. Okay. It's a hidden mess. I went on Tamron's show and I was so excited. Okay. I mean, she's a beautiful black woman. She's, you know, branched off, got her own show.
Absolutely.
I did not necessarily feel supported on her show.
Really?
Did I expect her to agree with everything? I was promoting my book, The Pursuit of Porsha. I didn't expect her to agree with everything. But there was a turn where it turned from just her asking questions about the book to her kind of almost attacking me, almost making me feel like I had to justify anything that I had going on, and it just didn't feel good.
All right, so you guys just heard what Miss Porsha talked about when it came to Miss Tamron Hall and how she just did not feel good when she was being questioned about her behavior and about her relationship. Now, I'm going to have to lay into Porsha just a little bit because for me, ma'am, you will not put that all on Tamron Hall. As far as Tamron Hall giving you your accolades and hyping you up and then asking you the proper questions that you chose to answer, that's not her fault. If you ask me, that's great journalism, because there are a lot of people that's not going to big you up, give you any accolades, but they're going to go straight into the questioning and go straight into the mess. And I feel like how Tamron handled that was very professional on her show. Like, I don't understand why y'all are trying to come for Tamron to make her look like a bad person. Charlamagne, I don't even know why you would even mention that Tamron Hall was being messy when you have served that particular role for many years prior to Breakfast Club, even with Wendy Williams, who was extremely messy, who went on to get a syndicated television show. And yeah, you ended up being right there for her once everything fell out between her and her husband. So I just don't like the shots that are being taken at Miss Tamron Hall. Porsha Williams, dear heart, you were grilled the way that you were or asked questions the way that you were because of your situation. And Tamron Hall asked the questions that everybody wanted to know because your abrupt relationship to this man that you abruptly got married to within a month or 2 months or whatever the case had everybody shook and had everybody shocked at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm sure it did not feel good because it was looking real bad for you that you were just a castmate with this lady and then now all of a sudden you're dating her husband. Like, yeah, that didn't make sense. Knowing that you were were not still, knowing that you were not over Dennis, everybody knew that you were not over Dennis, girl. So I don't necessarily like how you guys are trying to play Miss Tamron Hall out. All Tamron Hall can do is ask the questions. It's up to you guys to answer it. You also can choose to not answer it as well, but you chose to answer the questions, and you probably made yourself look foolish, which is what the audience reflected back to you and let you know, like, hey girl, you looking like a clown out here. So that's nobody's fault but your own, but that's just my personal opinion, okay? I'm going to give you guys a chance to go ahead and leave your thoughts and comments about this whole situation regarding Miss Porsha trying to blame Miss Tamron Hall for her interview and feeling uncomfortable is giving Gizelle Bryant. But also, I want you guys to let me know your thoughts about the shots that she took at some of the castmates over there at Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? That's all that I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.